2024, Lando Norris is the Formula One World Champion!
What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another... What? It's nothing! What am I supposed to... Oh my gosh, what am I supposed to review now? Maybe next time, buddy. Wait. This is what I will be reviewing? Okay. What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another Nakamura video here. So today what we have here is the mcl38. I don't get what I'm supposed to review here. I'm sorry, running out of ideas. Sorry, mates. Aha! What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another Nakamura video here. Today is gonna be a very special review for all of you McLaren fans out there watching this, because as far as you guys are aware, Lando Norris has officially won the 2025 Formula One World Championship with McLaren in the mcl39. Now I'm completely aware that this is the mcl38. This is the mainline model. As you can see here, the OKX, the chrome, the Cisco, and the aero disc wheels, and the completely different front nose. That's a very great day for all you McLaren fans out there. Even some of you Piastri fans. Well, some of you Piastri fans. The others, not so much. Even some of you Max Verstappen fans. You're all fine. The others, not so much. But this isn't gonna be the main focus of the video, because what I have here. Let me just put you aside. This is the... What is this? The mcl38? No, this is not the mcl38. Take a look. See the differences? Notice that the front nose looks different. The side pods look different. There's the MasterCard logo right there. Yep. This is the new mainline Hot Wheels mainline McLaren mcl39. I've heard about this during around like the late stages of this year, or the mid stages, like during the still around the I forgot during which Grand Prix weekend, whether it's the summer break, Netherlands, Italy, Azerbaijan, or before the summer break. I don't know. I forgot. But as you can see here, it looks somewhat identical to the mcl38, but there's like some major differences here. For example, the front nose and the side pods. The MasterCard logo being visible. Let's go take a look of the car. Oh my god, focus. This is the aero discs here look completely different compared to the mcl38. See, it's completely the aero disc in the mcl39 is just the orange ring, while the aero disc in the mcl38 is just fully orange. You also have the ring and the disc itself, while the disc in the mcl39 is just black. Now let's go back to the mcl39. Here we have the OKX sponsor, which is actually a sponsor for McLaren, and then there's MasterCard, the new, which is next year's title next year's McLaren. Oh my god, I'm stuttering again, just like in last month's video. So this is MasterCard, the new title sponsor for McLaren starting next year. From what I heard, the new chassis, the 2026 McLaren chassis, is the mcl40A. I don't know why there's an A, but yeah, that's what it's called. Here we have the chrome logo again, the Dropbox dash logo. Dell Technologies. Let's go take a look at the front nose. DPA World, Hilton for the stay, Workday, WebEx by Cisco. See, it's right here. I don't know how to read some. Richard. I think this is Richard Mile. There's Arrow, which is the IndyCar title sponsor for McLaren. Then there's Alterix. You can see. Let me try to zoom in for a bit. Let's just try to get a zoom in for a bit. You can see right there. There's Arrow, which is the title sponsor for the IndyCar division of the McLaren team. You can see it right there, Arrow. Yep, that's the title sponsor for the IndyCar McLaren team. Let me try to zoom out just a little bit more until it's back to normal. Oh, it's a little bit. There you go. There you go. There you go. So there's also Alteryx, Octa, DeWalt, and Ecolab. There's a. Let me try to zoom in once more. The GT. What's it called? Oh my gosh, I can't. GT. I can only read the GT from the camera. I can only read the GT from the camera. I just can't. God, I'm just as. I honestly really suck. Then let's just go back to the car itself. You can see the other aero disc. Those flaps at the end, like the mud flaps, based on the. This is supposed to be for the track, as I mentioned. I think in the Red Bull, in my review for the Red Bull racing car, back in January earlier this year. Before I started to make the reviews monthly now. So yeah, these rear parts of the car, those are supposed to be the track as mentioned in the Red Bull video. And then we have the left side of the car. You may have noticed some strange markings here. That's because a classmate of mine ordered this for me in the Christmas party. And the product he actually got is unriveted. So if you check the undersides, you can basically see that the rivets are gone. How did I do this? Well, I used super glue because I don't have enough. Because basically we don't have rivets. We just cannot buy rivets out of nowhere, out of Shopee. I don't know. Here we have the base of the car. The 2024 Mattel, because the car is copyrighted the year before. Like for example, the Red Bull car. Even though this car is the 2025 car, speed base code 1186 MJ1NL, Hot Wheels HYW10, Formula 1 collection, made in Malaysia. If you notice again, the rivets are gone, and if you can see here, the rivets are present. Gone, present. Gone, present. So, my classmate ordered this car without the rivets. And then, when I took the car out for the first time, it was in pieces. There was the car chassis itself, there was a piece of the plastic. And then the wheels are also off. But that's because the car was shipped to me without the rivets, so I had to use the glue because I don't have any rivets with me. But there's also the big surprise coming up. I'm not just reviewing the mcl39 in itself, the main line, but what I also have. Get out of the way, please. Is this the McLaren Formula 1 team? This is the mcl38 Premium Edition. Let me get the mainline the 5-pack mcl38. Sorry if I called you the mainline. You are not in the mainline. You are in the 5-pack. So this is what the mcl38 5-pack car looks like from above, and the mcl38 Premium design below. The one I actually got is Lando Norris because my mom got this during the Qatar. Oh my god, I'm stuttering again. Well, mom got this for me as an early Christmas present during the Qatar Grand Prix weekend. Well, because during the Qatar Grand Prix, Lando has a chance to become world champion but all he has to do is outscore Max and Oscar, which unfortunately did not happen because McLaren's strategy was a bottle job there. They messed up the strategy really bad there in Qatar to the point the title fight ended up happening in Abu Dhabi, and what Lando had to do was finish in the podium, i.e. third, second, or first, and become world champion. And then Lando finished third, and he became world champion. Now I am completely aware that this is actually the mcl38. This is not the title. This is not the car Lando won the championship with. I am completely aware that in 2024, Max Verstappen won his 4th title in a row. So you don't have to inform me. I just got this because, well, when I went to the store, all I see is the 2024 cars. There were no 2025 models. There were no 2025 premium models. Only the 2024 premium models. For example, I also saw the Mercedes. There was also the V car, but at one point I saw a Kick Sauber. And I think I also saw the Red Bulls as well. I even saw Max Verstappen, but this was the only McLaren when I went there to get it. This was the only McLaren. Oh my God, focus! This was the only McLaren in the store, and I decided to take the opportunity to get it before anyone else does. Because if it's gone, I'm gonna have to go through online. It's gonna be over like 1,000 pesos. And speaking of which, it's not gonna change anything at all because this is almost the price of 1,000 pesos, which is basically 999 pesos, which is very expensive, seeing as this is a Formula 1 car, which is very rare nowadays, which is completely rare. And sorry, oh my goodness, what is wrong with me? I keep stuttering nowadays. What is wrong with me? Now let's take a look at the card here. Here we have the Hot Wheels Premium HRV11. Here we have the Formula 1 logo, 2024, as this is the 2024 car, the McLaren mcl38. Here's the McLaren Formula 1 team logo. And there's this Lando Norris's car. Here we have the chrome details. We also have the MasterCard logo, which isn't present in the 5-pack model, but is present in the mainline mcl39, which is the successor to the mcl38. As you can also see, as this is the premium version, the MasterCard logos are also featured on the front wing. Let me zoom in once again for the sponsors. Unless they're actually incomprehensible. Yeah, I can also see the arrow there. Once again, the arrow is visible, which is the IndyCar version of McLaren. Well, the title sponsor of IndyCar McLaren. Let's have one more. It's just you need to phone to focus. There's the Cisco logo. There's the Dell. More OKX accelerating Web 3. Then at the rear we have the McLaren logo. We have the Pirelli P0 tires right here. This is not present in the actual in the mainline and the 5-pack versions, because this is basically a kid's toy, and this is something for collectors like me. As you can see here, 14 and above. Then we also have the front tire of the mcl38, the front Pirelli P0 tire, and then we have the McLaren Formula 1 team. Metal Real Riders. This is McLaren Formula 1 team equipe number 4, Lando Norris. That's the guy I'm rooting for, as I said before. Let's take a look at the base of the. Okay, it's time. No, I don't think it's just. It's time to read the base. The F1 logo, Formula 1 Grand Prix, and all related marks are trademarks of the Formula 1 licensing BV, a Formula 1 company. All other trademarks, logos, and copyrights, including those of the teams featured, are the property of their respective owners. 2025 Mattel 1186 MJ 1NL, made in Thailand. Manufactured under license from the McLaren Racing Limited. McLaren is a trademark of McLaren Racing Limited. Now let's go back to the back of the card. Formula 1 for the Hot Wheels collector. And as seen before, 14 plus. And here's the price of the. Really crazy, right? Yeah, but this is the premium model. Celebrate the 2024 Formula 1 season. 16 commemorative cars to collect. Well, why 16? There's there's 20 drivers on the grid, so that means 20 cars. Well, when they relaunched the Hot Wheels and Formula One partnership, well, they did not include Ferrari and Aston Martin, so which is very unfortunate. But for the 2025 cars that will be coming next year, they will be including Ferrari and Aston Martin. They're finally including them. They're finally gonna include Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. Well, technically Hamilton was included in last year, but he was a Mercedes driver last year. So they're now finally gonna include Carlos Sainz because he was a Ferrari driver last year, and now he's driving for Williams. So of course he's gonna be included. So yeah, they're also finally gonna include Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll. And here we have McLaren Formula One team, number 4, which is of course Lando Norris. Here we have the card art of the car at the back of the card. Let me just zoom in a little bit. DP World. This car is actually my second premium model that I've gotten in my collection. The first was the Corvette C8R. Let me just grab the card and its car real quick. Here's the car. Here's the card. As you can see right here, this is what I got from the Spree Part 2. If you haven't seen it already, go to my channel and go check it out for yourself. This is Hot Wheels Premium's Race Day. Oh my god. I don't want to drop this card. This is very expensive. For some reason this is 3+. This is premium. Why is it 3+? This doesn't make sense. So you can see the other cars from the back here in the Hot Wheels Race Day. And then we have now just compare the cards of the 2 premiums. My first 2 premiums, which is the Corvette C8R and the McLaren F1, the Formula One. This is not to be confused with the McLaren F1 Supercar. This has nothing to do with Formula One. But I do have the F1 GTR. Let me just grab it real quick. Right here. So, McLaren Formula One is not to be confused with McLaren F1 right here. It's specifically the GTR as shown here. Let me just grab the mcl39. So you can totally see, fundamentally different, completely different from Formula One. And as far as I can tell, the mcl38 here, honestly the paint looks a little bit off, but it's worth it anyway. There's no chrome on the number 4 as it was seen in the original Hot Wheels Premium. And there's another Hot Wheels Premium here. There's the mcl38 in the 5-pack at the top, and then the mcl38 in the premium version. Without further ado, I have left with no choice but to have it opened. Sorry mcl38 card. Jeez. As you can see here, the car is attached to the base. You can see here there's a screw here that needs to be unscrewed, and you just have to get a screw and unscrew everything. Hang on, I'll just be right back. All right, got some screwdrivers here. Now all I need to do is just find the right screwdriver. Does this one fit? No, it doesn't. are still old. How about this one? Yeah, perhaps. How? This isn't working. How does this thing get unscrewed? What? I don't want to damage the car. Wait, I think I just found I think I might have found the right screwdriver. Oh no. Oh. I gotta be careful. This is gonna take a while. Oh jeez. Where's the screw? So here it is, the mcl38 in Hot Wheels premium form. Are the axles okay? Are they not bent? Okay, they're good. So this is the mcl38 in the Hot Wheels premium design. Let's go take a closer look at this car real quick. Here we have the Pirelli P0 tires. There's the OKX logo once again. Let me just zoom in so it doesn't appear blurry. And then here's another Pirelli P0 tire. Lando's helmet, the blob, I think that's what it's called. The T camera. The OKX on the rear wing. We have Dell, I think it's called Cadence, I think it's what it's called. The MasterCard logo, Cisco. I think there's another OKX logo right here. Yeah, there's another OKX logo. Oh, there's also FX Pro. And of course, Lando's number. Well, it's number 1 now, ever since he became world champion. I'm not sure how number 1's gonna last, but I guess that's only gonna last until the 2026 season. I can tell there's, even though I'm a fan of Lando Norris myself, there are other drivers out there that are better than him. Like, for example, Max Verstappen. Well, duh, no crap, Sherlock. There's a sponsor right here which I simply cannot read except for the arrow one, because this is the premium model. They're a lot easier to read in the main lines and the 5-packs. You can see here in the mcl39, the successor. There's also the MasterCard logo and the McLaren on the front wing. Oh, there's also the Google Chrome and the McLaren logo on the nose. Here we have the base. McLaren mcl38 2025 Mattel. Then 1186 MJ1NL. That's the same thing. JBM11. I gotta be careful. I don't want to drop this thing. This would be a completely bad idea. Plus, it's just gonna damage the paint. Then made in Thailand. And of course, the McLaren logo on the rear wing. Let's just get these out of the way. Let's just see how well these cars can roll. Let's first test it out on the mcl39. I've already tested it on the mcl38. Oh my god, I forgot. Oh my god, I'm stupid. Let's test it out on the mcl38 on the mcl38 main line. Oh, I already did the mcl. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Let's go test it out on the mcl59 main line. Even as I glued it together, still rolls really well. Now let's go try the rolling on the mcl38 premium model. Oh my goodness, I don't... Gotta be careful. Honestly, it rolls a little bit off and slow because of the tires are actually made out of rubber, not actual plastic, unlike the main lines and the 5-packs. So now let's go back to our comparison. Now let's compare the mcl38 5-pack to the premium. Yep, you can see major difference here, big difference. The front of the car. And then we have this side. Oh my god, I don't want to damage the car. You have the rear wing. See? No McLaren logo on the 5-pack's rear wing. And we have the left side. And then we have the base. And then let's try to compare it to my first ever premium model. I'm just comparing apples and oranges. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with me? So yeah, this review is titled The Abu Dhabi Champions Package. And why so? Well, because what you see before you are cars that are off achievements of McLaren's success in Formula 1's modern history. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Oh my god, what is wrong with my words, man? I cannot literally say anything right nowadays. Keep stuttering now, even in these reviews, especially last month. And why is it called, now again, why is it called Abu Dhabi Champions Package? Well, if they won the titles in Qatar, for example in 2024, McLaren could have won the title in Qatar. And if Norris won the title in Qatar, the Drivers' Championship this year, well, this review could have been called the Qatar titles, the Qatar Champions Package. Well, no, it became Abu Dhabi, so yeah, that's why it's called Abu Dhabi Champions Package, because they won the titles. Because in 2024, they won the constructors, the mcl38, especially Lando Norris, won the constructors title in 2024 in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And then the mcl39 right here is the car which Lando Norris won the 2025 World Drivers' Championship in the same venue, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with my words these days? I keep stuttering and stuttering and stuttering. Well, I guess that's gonna be it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. It's Friday then.
Lando, this is Zach from McLaren. Is this the World Champion Hotline?